What makes a champion? In the demanding, high-pressure, low-consequence world of fantasy baseball, it takes three things: a computing device, the elementary ability to set a daily lineup, and an internet connection. That's about it. The rest, as they say, is up to the fates. But each year, for the past 2 decades, the fates have fingered a particular individual to rise to the top, like globs of fat in a pot of chicken soup. Each year, the Rodeo Clowns competes from April to October. This is the story of how the #1 rodeo clown gets crowned. This is the making of a championship trophy. Throughout history, the design of every significant trophy began with an inspired vision. This one would be an exception. No simple design with clean lines and polished symmetry would do. This work would need to incorporate the league's long history and the middling effort and unrefined nature of its participants. Most importantly, the ultimate design needed to be more than a cheap copy of someone else's concept. It had to be a cheap, original concept. At first, the League undertook a singular search for items at various garage sales, discarded at curbside, and sought inspiration from forums at baggage carousels. But soon, the search for a solution expanded, and outside designers were invited. This meant the result would be the work of no singular person. Diverse perspectives throughout the Tri-County area consider the shape and substance of this relic. Artists, crafters, HVAC professionals, many with but mostly without skills, submitted their sketches, tracings, and doodles. Materials were a major consideration. It had to be cheap. It would need to honor the League's namesake, the Rodeo Clown, a character with qualities the League owners each emulate. Reckless and rudimentary, and renowned for teasing tortured animals, abandoning their own dignity, and failing often, until one emerges victorious. Submissions came flooding in. In order to fairly select a winner, each design would be judged on a 1 to 10 scale. When at last the highest ranking score was calculated and identified, they had a winning concept. The construction process commenced. It began in the backyard of a neighbor who was away for the holiday weekend. Trees were downed and examined until one seemed pretty okay. It was then removed from the yard under cover of darkness to avoid detection. Processed, stripped of its bark like so many of the owners have been stripped of their pride, and then planed to perfection. Planks were squared off, then whittled into nearly identical hexagonal-shaped tiles. An artisan then inscribed by hand the name of every championship team from the first year of the League's existence. The wooden tiles, when stacked, resembled a beehive in their form. This tower will grow as the years add new levels and costs to this hive of heroes. Trophies generally represent achievement, hard work, dedication, and excellence. Perhaps the Rodeo Clown Trophy is an exception to that, but still a necessary creation. With its base firmly established and fastened together by caring hands, a topper needed to be found. After a weekend of searching through eBay, the trophy had its final finial. Standing atop the wood tower would be a figurine made from glass, as fragile as the egos and as cloudy as the reputations of the owners. Named Ziggy, the league recognized it as the perfect acronym for the qualities each champion displays: zeal, insight, gumption, glory, and yare. The clown rests atop his barrel, absent-mindedly playing his tune, unaware or uncaring of the chaos around him. The wind instrument he holds to his face symbolizes how close every champion comes to blowing it before winning the whole thing. He plays his tune with singularity of purpose, oblivious to the trivial nature of his efforts. Created in 1982 by the Mosser Glass Company in Cambridge, Ohio, Ziggy began as a glob of glass heated to over 100 degrees to prepare it for being shaped from its molten state into a figure representative of the ultimate achievement of the Rodeo Clown League. Now the vitreous statue would rest forever atop the hive of heroes. Each year, the precious one-of-a-kind championship trophy will be boxed and shipped to that year's victor. This year's winner already has the trophy secured in a place of honor. But every season writes a new chapter, and the hive of heroes waits for the next name to be added beneath Ziggy's cool and indifferent gaze in the next iteration of the Making of a Championship Trophy.